Hey, it's Jeremy here, and in this video, I'm doing an SEO audit for revcook.com or Revolution Cooking. And what I'm going to look at is the website itself and see if there are any opportunities to optimize the site better so they can rank better in Google and generate more traffic and sales. Now, first thing to look at here is this tool called Ahrefs, and there are a ton of different data points in here, but I want to look first at referring domains and DR or domain rating. Referring domains, if you're unfamiliar, is a referring domain is a unique instance of a different website on the internet linking to, in this case, revcook.com. And the reason I look at these is because Google looks at referring domains or links from other websites as votes of confidence or trust signals. So as a website owner, you want to have trusted sites linking to your site. Google views those as positive signals that impact and can impact your rankings. Now, the other thing that happens is as you get more sites linking to you, your domain rating or DR tends to increase as well. And DR is on a 0 to 100 scale and essentially lets us know how strong or how authoritative a site is, and also how difficult or competitive a keyword or phrase is likely to be to rank for. So that being said, let's look at some keywords here that RevCook ranks for and see if there are any opportunities. So this chart here shows keywords and phrases revcook.com is currently ranking for in Google. And you can see 1,197 keywords. Now I have this sorted by search volume per month. And what we're looking for here then would be any opportunities from generally from a product or a collection perspective. And the reason for that is looking to see if there are opportunities for pages that are more likely to generate a sale than a blog post. So that being said, first one I'm seeing here that would really make sense would be something like Panini Press. And the reason I'm skipping over toaster here is because it's relatively broad in terms of a key phrase, and also they're at position 88, so very low in the overall rankings, and it would take much more energy to get this page ranking higher, or this page on their site, which is their homepage, than it would for something like Panini Press, because they're already ranked at number 14. And the search volume here, 28,000 people search Panini Press every single month. Now, as a quick side note, if we look at the key phrase Panini Press in more detail, we can get the total. So the estimated total search volume per month for any key phrase containing Panini Press is 52,000 per month from 2,193 different keywords. And a lot of these are for competitor brands, but we have keywords here like Panini Press, best Panini Press, of course, and then we have Panini Press Grill, cast iron Panini Press, Panini Grill Press, and so on. You get the point. And then we have some questions that can help to build the content process, how to clean a Panini Press, how to use, things like that. So a lot of opportunity from a keyword perspective for not only the product page itself, but also building up supporting content around the product. Now back to this page here, and what I want to do is look at the search results for this key phrase Panini Press, and we can start to see what some of the competitors are doing, and then if it would even make sense to work to optimize this page better. So first thing I want to do is look at the product list here, or the search results in Google, to see if there are any websites that have individual products, and if it would make sense to even focus on this. So what I'm seeing here is Serious Eats. This looks like a review type page here, the best 7 for food and wine, Amazon listing, another Amazon listing, a product page here for on Lodge cast iron, the best Panini Press. So this looks like probably a compilation type page, and then Pie Iron Panini Press looks like an individual product. So there are a couple products here, mostly a bunch of review type pages here, or review sites, but either way, something that could still be focused on from an optimization perspective. Now, the other thing to think about then is the optimization itself. And this is the big key factor that I see on this page, is if we look here, all of these have Panini Press, Panini Press, Panini Press, Panini Presses, Panini Press, Panini Press, and Panini Press. And for RevCook, they have Toasty Press. And I realize that's the name of the product and that's a brand play. But from an optimization perspective, Google doesn't care if it's a brand or a product name. They're looking more, and I say Google is a robot. It's just a search engine, and it's looking at data and keywords and phrases that can be processed from a computer or an algorithm. So when you're doing optimization, you need to think about it from that perspective, and we could still include information about what the product name is. So let's go to the page here, and you can see here the product name is Revolution Toasty Press. So from an optimization perspective, what I would recommend doing and what would make it easier to rank for the key phrase is to include panini press in here. And what I would recommend, and what I recommend to a lot of Shopify sites on product pages, is to have the primary key phrase. And we can actually do you can just add the key phrase at the start here. So panini press dash Revolution Toasty Press, something like that. And then you get the key phrase in there that you want to rank for. Now, secondly, would be the actual title itself. So if we look at this plugin here, this is the detailed plugin. And what this shows then are all the elements from an optimization perspective on the page itself in a very quick and high level view. And you can see here the title. The title of this page is the Revolution Toasty Press. So from Google's perspective, when Google is crawling this website to determine what the page should rank for, there is nothing here that talks about panini press in the title. Then also we look at the description. Create perfectly toasted sandwiches, quesadillas, melts, and more in your toaster. Innovative design, locks securely and contains drips. Simple to clean and dishwasher safe. Designed to fit in all standard toasters. So again, not one mention of the word panini in here. And then if we look here, the other factor that could be impacting rankings as well is they have 10 H1 elements in general. And Google has said you can have multiple H1s, but in general, most times you'd have 1 or 2 H1s. And an H1, if you're unfamiliar, is the title of the page generally from a content perspective. It's usually the most important piece of content or most important keyword or phrase that a page is about. So on a product page, it's going to likely be the product name. Now, there are a number of other H1s on this page that are pulling in, which could confuse a search engine because you're telling them there are 10 super important topics on the page. In general, what you would do is have 1 or 2 H1s and then use H2s and H3s to break up content and segment the page itself. Now, one other thing to look at then would be to do just a search for panini, and there are multiple mentions of panini. So this item was previously named Revolution Panini Press. I'm not sure why they decided to change the name. Like I said, maybe this was a brand play and wanted to instead work to just be known as a toasty because people were not calling it a panini press or something. So that could just be lack of research on my part and not understanding why this was changed. But from an optimization perspective, if they want to rank for panini press, then I would recommend, at least from an SEO perspective, to put panini press in here. And you can still call it the Revolution Toasty Press if it's not actually a pure panini press. So that would be what I would recommend. And again, purely from an SEO perspective, not looking at this from a brand perspective. And that's what I would do and what I would recommend from an optimization perspective. Now, from a consulting perspective, if I was to be working with Revolution Cooking on this process, we would talk and figure out and discuss the best strategy for this. And if they wanted to make sure that it was just called Revolution Toasty Press and did not care to rank for panini press because it's not a panini press or confuse customers or whatever, then that would be a different process or different discussion. So again, the purpose of this video is just to look at this from that lens, from an optimization perspective, to determine if panini press is a primary key phrase and what would be done to rank better for that. And that's it. Hopefully you got some value from this video, whether you are associated with Revolution Cooking or not. And I'll see you on the next one.